Hey golfers, Tony with Reactionary Golf. I'm not in the lab. I'm not on the golf course. It's raining out. But I'm actually in Cummings, Georgia. And I've been invited by Brant Ruckert, who's the director of instruction here at Windermere Golf Club. Beautiful facility. Unfortunately, the weather just didn't cooperate with us. We did get our case study started though, and that's what we're here to start talking about and sharing with you to actually document a very unique situation. And I received an email from Brant on this story, but I'm going to let him tell you about it because I really kind of had to read it twice to going, really? You want to do this? And sure enough, so kind of give everybody an idea. What was that email about that you sent me?
You're talking about the super long email?
Super long email. We won't go through the whole email, but the highlights of it.
Sure. So I started playing golf when I was around 20 years old and got pretty good at the game pretty quick. But along the way, I had received some instruction, and some of it helped, some of it didn't. A lot of the traditional teaching, fire the hips and creating lag and all those that some of the stuff did damage to my game as well as to my body. I've suffered back injuries or a bad back for quite a long time. And so we had a winter that was pretty cold. And as an instructor, you don't do a whole lot of teaching during that time. True. Just in trying to become a better instructor and teacher, I spent some time online looking at different videos from different instructors. Came across Brendan DeVore with Be Better Golf, and saw this crazy guy here that was just a little bit different. And normally when I see or watch a video, I tend to be able to say, yeah, I've tried that before, that didn't work, or I tried that didn't work. And the more I watched of Tony's videos, the more the golf swing just made sense to me. I took it out there pretty quickly, put it to use as methodologies, put it to use pretty quickly on the range, and really had great success with it. So it got me thinking.
Now, here comes the fun part. I think this is going to be the fun part.
So
Brant plays right-handed, but he's a left-handed person. So his dexterity is left-handed. So when we were making our notes, he was doing everything left-handed. So what are we doing?
So I sent Tony this long email that I think you ended up sharing with your wife at some point, right? I said, there's no way this guy's going to email me back. And I sent it on a Saturday as I was leaving Windermere Golf Club, where I'm the director of instruction. By the time I got home, I think I already had a response. I was putting the kids down and had a response from Tony. I won't necessarily say what that response was, but Tony gave me his cell phone number and said, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we talked the week of the Masters, and so we set it up for this weekend to get together. And I'm very excited about this opportunity.
Now, what is it that we're doing? He's going to play left-handed. And so now we've set up a practice program for the next 2 weeks, 3 sessions per week. We're only looking at about 35 minutes total time commitment of practicing feet together for 1 week, 3 times a week, and then the flamingo drill, but he's going to do it left-handed. So we got, thanks to Foresight, and we got the GC2 and the HMT unit, we got all club head and ball data off a 6-iron, and we got some video, and we won't share the before. We're just going to show the after. But no, we wanted to see this because this is what it's all about. Because I do get some email questions. You know, I play right-handed, and this is what I was told, but I'm really left-handed because, you know, people said I should be pulling with the left arm, and I hear your right arm stuff, and now I'm confused, didn't know what to do. So, which in learning a skill, which the golf swing obviously is, and as you worked with your students, it takes time. So we wanted to document how much time and try to quantify some of our practice. And we're going to practice based on a time commitment, knowing that we'll count the number of balls within that time component, but we also know that people do not have a whole lot of time. So that's the reason why we're only going to do 3 sessions per week, 35 minutes roughly, and that includes breaks and warm-up and stuff like that, and we'll see what happens. So now, Brand has obviously hit some balls left-handed. You know, we saw it today. How much golf have you actually played left-handed or done besides what we did today before all this, just so people kind of get an idea of what to expect? Because obviously you knew which way to hold the club, you know, and things like that. So how much practice have you done as a left-handed golfer?
I did, in my whole life, I've probably hit maybe 10 balls left-handed.
Outside of what we did today?
Outside of what we did today.
Okay.
I had very specific instructions not to touch a club, not to touch a left-handed club until Tony came into town. So, yeah, probably 10 times before today. And please don't let that video get out. I might lose my reputation.
But this was the whole point, though, is here's a new golfer, and we take it, because both of us spend time on the range. So a lot of times we get golfers that are brand new. Mm-hmm. They've never, maybe they went to the range once or twice. They've read some stuff and saw some stuff on YouTube, and then all of a sudden now they take a lesson. It's like, well, what do I do? So to me, this is just a great case study to start really documenting and quantifying what a good practice session is. Now, this is going to be a block practice session. We're not worrying about how the scores are and things like that. So this is geared towards probably more of a beginner to intermediate player. Just seeing, are these drills effective? And we're going to go through the methodology of basically reactionary golf will be the methodology that Brant will be using through this process. And then in 2 weeks, I'll be coming back, or maybe he'll visit Sark Vegas. We'll see, based on the weather. And we're going to do the after and see with what we get. We may find that, you know, there's only a little bit of improvement, or we may see that there's more, but this is what we wanted to share with you. And just to kind of give you some ideas of, you know, is this, a lot of times with lessons, and we were talking about this earlier, is golfers will improve within that lesson, but the question is, have they really learned anything? And the research says that we need at least 3 sessions to start the learning process. So we can't get it done in one. Even though we can see improvement, it doesn't mean we haven't learned. That means we haven't learned it yet. Because learning is being able to do it without instruction, without guidance, to be able to kind of almost test it out in a sense. So we look forward to seeing the results in a couple weeks. Hopefully we'll be on the golf course when we get to do all this videotape. So I'd obviously like to thank Windermere Golf Club and Club Corp and yourself, and for this opportunity. See, he's shaking right-handed, but he's a left-handed person, so we'll see where all this goes. There we go. Okay, we'll talk to you guys soon. Looking forward to seeing what happens. Thanks.